So I just
And we're live.
discovered My Love Mix-Up art book, and I want it so badly, but it's like $50, $60 online.
There's an art book?
Yes, there's an art book and there's plushies. And I'm like,
Well, I'm sure there's plushies.
I found a collectible booklet one. Is that
there's
okay?
2 of them. 1 and 2 are on pre-order for Amazon, but the third one is not yet.
So yeah,
I
hey,
love the art. The art's so beautiful.
It's so pretty.
we are talking about how we were complaining that there's so much BL coming out that we cannot keep up. And then right after we complained about that, then we're talking about titles and making each other want more titles. So we're kind of contradicting ourselves and not helping the thing that we were complaining about. Yeah.
It's fine. It's all fine.
Picks list is growing as we speak. My Amazon to buy list. They're getting longer.
How are you? I need to apologize to you. I think in one of I forgot what stream it was, but you recommended a BL for me to read, I think, and then I never wrote it down, and then the stream ended before I could respond to you. So I appreciate your recommendation, but I do not remember what it is, and I do apologize. But thank you for the recommendation. If you can remember it, then let me know. But yeah.
So yeah, I can't see the comments if that's what you're responding to. Today.
Yeah. There's a comment. You go to the. You guys can see the comments. You have to click on the side.
Oh, is it like the hide chat?
No, it's not the hide chat. But here, I'll just show. I'll just show up.
Yeah. Oh,
I see it.
Hiya. I see a hiya. Hiya.
Has anyone read that one yet? Let me take a picture of it really fast.
Yeah, sure. I'm curious.
Oh, Katie left. I will definitely look it up. Thank you.
Oh, this is the one that I thought was really pretty, and I bought a clear file for it. So I should read it since I own merch from it.
What title? The
I don't know how to say Japanese, but I bought this clear file. That's what came up anyway. So I'm like, oh. So now I know the title of it and I can read it. Yeah, that's it, because that's the cover art for it is the same as the clear file. It was so I don't know if you can see it very well. I am really struggling with this mirroring effect. I'm like struggling to block the light so you can see it. This is not working out.
Too many buttons.
But yeah, so welcome everyone to the wrap up for the LGBTQ plus manga readathon. So yeah. How is everyone doing?
Good. I'm writing down the name that they wrote.
Yes, I already saved it in my phone.
My phone is my source of recording, so I'm back to pen and pen.
Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to do the computer, but then I was having issues getting the webcam to work so that I'd have my phone.
My computer is still in works. I don't have any speakers for it yet.
Where is it available at? Like what platform? But yeah, did you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
How did I end up in the middle?
Because I actually exited out. You're welcome.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Zoe. I run a channel on YouTube called Ms. Manga. If you want more manga content, I talk a lot about manga. Yeah. Next.
And she uploads a video every Monday.
for this Monday.
Except for today because she's doing this.
Yep.
But she's going to have her haul video for June, correct?
Yeah.
Next Monday. So, and her haul videos are epic. So definitely go check her
It's
out.
like I have no self-control.
I will link her down below. So definitely go follow her if you're not already. And Katie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name's Katie. I have a YouTube, but it's not very active right now. I'm planning on getting back into that probably in a couple of years. But I primarily am on Instagram as Tober2000. I do a lot of like just manga pictures, and I just like to talk to people in general and make recommendations. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Never-ending list.
Yes.
And
I finally have an accurate count of my collection, and it's never ending.
And we're doing slowly but surely. We're doing where we do like a mini episode series of where we go over each other's yaoi collection. If you guys are interested, I think we're like on episode 3 or something.
Yes.
On
we're
Instagram.
On episode 3.
So
we took a small break because my daughter is on summer break, and I'm with her 24/7.
Definitely makes sense. We're working full time and have another job. So
yes.
But yeah, so if y'all don't know what the LGBTQ Manga Readathon is, this is technically kind of the 4th year that I hosted it. I hosted it with different people the first 3 years, but then I brought in Katie, and then Zoe is hosting from the background, and hopefully next year she can join us full time if she wants. No pressure, but you are more than welcome. Pressure. Yeah. But yeah, so pretty much what it is a self-explanatory. For the month of June, Pride Month, we read a whole bunch of LGBTQ plus manga, BL, Yuri, LGBTQ works, BL adjacent, anything that you feel is relevant to supporting the LGBTQ A plus community. And yeah, we had a bingo board, which was very fun that we'll go over here in a minute. We had challenges this year, which was a lot of fun. And then, yeah, so I guess we'll start from Katie and go back to me. And Katie, how did your overall reading experience go for the month of June?
So my overall reading experience, I think I read 20 to 24 manga. I know it's quite a range, but I didn't count. But it went really well. I try to read 1 to 2 manga a day on the days that I was with my daughter. I did enjoy pretty much all that I did read. The only one that wasn't my exact favorite was The Undead by Tokyo Pop. And the only reason why, because that's I'm not a zombie person. I knew that going into it, but it was okay. But other than that, like I continued some favorites. I had a new one that I wasn't expecting to be a favorite, but it won't leave my mind. So it's just now there forever. But yeah, I'd say it was a really good reading month.
Okay. Did you have fun hosting?
I did. I had a lot of fun and just like interacting with everyone. I'm just hoping I interacted enough because I know I didn't post enough.
I thought it went like so well. Like I'm surprised so many people participated. I was shocked.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice how many people like came together and joined us.
Yeah, I think like last year maybe like 3 people did. So it was like a lot. I was overwhelmed, but in the best way ever. But yeah. So anything else you want to add about your reading, Katie, before we move on?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
But I'm sure I'll interject as things happen.
All right. And how did your reading month go, Zoe?
I read 45 LGBTQ plus type stories, volumes, whatever. We were talking about whether omnibuses count as one volume or multiple volumes, so I guess the number could be a bit bigger.
So I think it counts as individual. Like If it's
That's
3, it's
that's what
3.
Bazaar was counting them as, but I just kind of like, I'm not sure how many volumes are in an omnibus, so I was just kind of counting them as one.
I think that one has 6. I believe I saw that somewhere.
We're talking about Girlfriends. I read the classic Yuri
Okay.
Girlfriends. Yeah, and that was 2 omnibuses. So around 45 anyway. And yeah, I mean, most of the ones I read were good. I tried a lot to read more Yuri than BL this month because I have been consistently reading a lot of BL, but Yuri is kind of what I'm not as familiar with, and I haven't gotten into quite as much. I've just like slowly dipped my toes in, and I had a lot of people on my YouTube that was commenting like, can you read more Yuri? Like, I want to like hear more recommendations for Yuri. So that's what I was kind of trying to do. And I found a lot I really liked. So 2 made my top 5. So I think it was pretty good for everyone, I hope.
That's actually a good ratio for that, if you don't usually read Yuri.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd picked some up through the years occasionally, but it just wasn't like, I don't know, like when I started reading BL, I like needed to read all the BL I could get my hands on. That feeling of like, oh my God, I love this. Where Yuri's like more of a hit and miss, kind of like I equate it to shoujo, where I love a few shoujo, like, but some of them are like,
See,
I feel
would
more
equate mine to shonen because I can read any shoujo, but shonen I'm very like cherry picking.
Yeah,
so, like,
well, see, that's how I am with
BL
shoujo, is I cherry pick.
Yeah, I've only read like 2 that I've liked, and that's a Cocoon Entwined and Runaway with Me Girl.
And I haven't read either of those, so thank you. I have heard about the Runaway with Me Girl one. I'm not sure how to feel about that because she's like, the synopsis of volume 1 is like she's pregnant with, right? And then
yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot going on in volume 1, but it's very interesting because I believe, if I remember correctly, it's their high school friends. There was feelings, but they went their separate ways after graduation, and it's everything like after graduation when they're in their adulthood.
Yeah, that's what I
remember. And then
too.
Cocoon Entwined is just its own thing.
The Cocoon Entwined, maybe I'll have to add. I've not heard of that one.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Cocoon Entwined?
Yeah, the Cocoon Intertwined?
So Cocoon Entwined is basically about an all-girls school where they make the next generation's girls' dresses out of the hair of the graduating class.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I can't write, apparently. I don't know how to spell it. Oh, there you go. Thank you. It helped me because I'm like, I don't know how to spell Entwined. Oh, this is really cool. It has like 6 volumes.
Yeah, that one's high up on the list that I want to try. But Runaway with Me Girl is the first Yuri that I found that I actually enjoyed. So.
Well, I'll have to give it a try if both of you like it. I just like when the synopsis is kind of like, I don't like this. I'm kind of afraid to pick it.
Well, see what you don't like in it, I enjoy in my story.
I didn't see it.
No,
that she's pregnant with someone else's kid.
The cheating aspect. Yeah.
After hours because there's some cheating there.
See, it's like I think I've tried one other Yuri, but I didn't know it was written by a male author when I was reading it, and I felt very weird and just very off.
Yeah,
and I was like, I just don't like this. And then I tried the other 2. I was like, okay, I can deal with these 2.
I wonder because like I'm not someone that like looks up try to look up what gender mangaka is, but like I wonder on like ones like this.
Yeah.
Is it like, it feels more of a male gazy type of story.
Yeah.
That's a Yuri. Same with Samel Paris. That one I've talked about on my channel. It's a Yuri, but it's like very like action packed and stuff. So I like it because it's action packed and like a different type of story. It's actually pretty dark, but it also has these humongous boobs, and you're just like, this has to be written by a man. Like this just doesn't seem legit. Like a woman wouldn't. Would they?
The jiggle physics doesn't always work out quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just like a lot of BLs are like shoujo, like Yuri's or seinens. So.
That's very true.
Is the
I feel like I like Yuri, or I feel like I like seinen and shonen more than Yuri. And I feel like I like Yuri more than shoujo. So
Okay.
weird. I guess I'm the odd one out on that. But I like action and fantasy in my stories.
It limits what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I literally just said I don't like shoujo that much because I'm not into, like, I can't relate to high schoolers. And then I just found one of my favorite new series ever, so.
It's kind of early in high school.
Yeah. Love it.
I need to finish that series.
Oh my
It's so good.
It's
love
the first
slow
volume.
and sweet, but it's so good.
Yeah. I want it, like, there's certain series I want to collect all of it and then just read it at my leisure. And after reading the first volume, I was like, oh yeah, this is one I'm going to just want to like enjoy all of it at once.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So now that I've collected it all, I just need to do the reading.
I finally finished it, but what helped me read that one is it was on the Viz app, so I could actually read it like wherever I was at. So that was my like carrying around manga, you know. So yeah, whenever I had like an extra second, I'd be on my phone like reading it. So I read it like in between each little thing I was doing. So.
Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Dress Up Darling is written by a woman and it's gorgeous.
What is
okay.
written by a woman?
Is it going to get a English license? Heat. Yeah, that one.
All the chats are coming in at once for me. I'm very much confused now.
Oh. Yeah, pretty much H Field is talking about the one that they recommended, the My Drifter one.
Okay.
And
on
then
the screen, it says I usually count omnibuses as one volume, which is what we talked about a while ago. So I got confused.
Oh yeah. We were talking, so I didn't click on it yet, and I was going to go back. Yeah. Yes. Pretty much, the reason why I count it as like the individual volumes is because I would be less inclined to pick up an omnibus and read it, but I still want to enjoy the omnibus. So for my reading, like overall goal, I count it as like 2 or 3 wherever it is in like Japan, just so I would be more inclined to read it. So, but yeah, I know a lot. Like most people count it as just like 1 because it is technically 1 volume. So.
Yeah, the artwork for Runaway With Me Girl is so pretty.
The covers do look really appealing, which is like why I was like torn.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll have to go follow them on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I love My Dress Up Darling. So all right. I mean, sometimes we do like to love on the boobs. I mean, as women, I can't
like,
for
when
sure.
she draws it actually works for like how the actual body works. So it's not like an overabundance of just boob.
Yeah. Yeah. But you never know, I guess, because that one is quite, I mean, it's on the edge of being a little bit gratuitous of like.
A little bit. Just
a little bit. But I like it. So it makes sense. It's written by a woman. No shade or anything.
Anything you wanted to add about your reading month, Zoe?
What about my sorry, what?
Anything else you want to add about your reading month, how it went, or anything?
No, I think it was good, except for I didn't get to read the old manga that I picked up that I was going to read this weekend, but then I got sick and had cold, and it was just not happening. So I didn't get to finish my read, but I liked what I read overall.
But,
sorry, I'm sniffly.
Are you still sick? But yeah, so I'm so close. Let me back up. So yeah, my reading month went super well. I read 62 volumes. slash 64 volumes if you count the omnibuses, but whatever. Moving on. I know I give out too many 5 stars, but 43 of those 62 volumes were 5 stars. I found so many new favorites. 11 of them were 4 stars. And then hold on. Including the DNF for the challenge. So I gave that 4 stars rereading it, that I DNF'd it. So we'll get to that later because that's a question. And then 8 volumes were 3.5 or under. So a very well reading month. I found so many new favorite couples that I'm obsessed with, that I'm going to gush over forever. Yeah, so I'm really pleased. I didn't stick to my at all. So
I gave up. I was going to do a TBR each week. And then I just
gave up on it, but I don't even care. Like, I did stick to my TBR, the ones that I made, like, right then. But the one that I made before the readathon, I was like, nope, don't care. Mm-mm.
I'm a mood reader, so I can't do a TBR. Because I'll be like, this is what I'm going to read. And then I'll be like, but I feel like that. I don't feel like this
so much of a mood reader, like, I can't just, like, cherry pick everything. I'm like, no, that one.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. And then also I like picked a bunch of new ones, and then I was like, wait a minute, this one's been sitting on my shelf forever. It looks awesome. Why don't I read that one instead? So, but yeah, and then overall I read like including the one shots, but like most of them are series. I read 25 new I don't know what you would call that, 25 new
like new
25 new adventures. Yeah,
okay.
25 new friends.
Nice.
So yeah. But yeah. So I guess next question is your top 5 favorites that you read. Katie?
Can we go with Zoe first, please?
Oh, yeah.
I got them. My first one was I finally read The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions.
Yes.
I bought it so long ago, and I kept up with it, but I hadn't read it until finally I was like, I'm gonna read it for a video, and I couldn't stop at the first one. I had to read all 4. I was like, these are so good.
I think the fifth one comes out in December.
Yeah, no, I think the next one comes out in July, I thought.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
No, because I was looking it up because that was one of the reasons I wasn't picking it up, was because I like bought all 4 of them, and then there was like no news of a 5th volume, and I'm like, I hate when they're on hiatus for so long. So then I was like, oh my gosh, I started it, and now a new one's coming out. It's good timing. So yeah, this one is great. I don't know how much you want me to talk about it, or like just and then we're done.
Yeah, free reign. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's about a vampire, Albert, but he's kind of a shoddy vampire. So what is it, like by day he's a vampire and at night he's a human, I think. Yeah. And then so he gets trapped in sent to Japan from being
like
frozen.
in a shipping box, right?
Yeah, like frozen in like a shipping box of meat or something. Wakes up in Japan, and he just ends up living with this cold, really hot dude. I love the cold ones. I love them.
Well, it's
oh my gosh,
that character is asexual. I think I was talking with another friend, and it's like they have the traits of that kind.
Yeah, like he calls himself frigid at one point, which like I don't love that terminology because I'm like, what is that? Like, but like, yeah, if he's just asexual, I could totally see that, because that, like, I don't know. Frigid seems like such an antiquated word, but like, I don't know. But yeah, if he's ace, I could see that for sure. There's also another one in here that I totally felt like she was ace, is Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, and she's questioned in the 2nd volume about whether she wants to kiss her, and she's kind of just like not really? Like, you know, but she has these like feelings of like care and interest in her, but like maybe not sexual feelings. So I'm like, oh, is this some ace representation? Maybe. But I really like this one. This was workplace romance Yuri. And it
Ooh.
was really cute. Yeah, it's complete at 4 volumes. I've only read the first 2 so far, so I don't, know for sure about that or anything. But yeah, she's also very obsessed with like having a quote unquote normal relationship. So that also makes me think like, okay, maybe she's trying like, yeah, and like, but yeah, but this one was. So sorry, I keep doing this because I'm trying to like show it full on. But this one was really good.
Another one on your list. So thank you.
And the other Yuri on this list is Catch These Hands. These are like 2 delinquents, or they used to be delinquents in high school. And they meet each other as adults, and the one's like trying to like not be a delinquent anymore. And so she goes to like look for non-delinquent clothes or whatever, and meets up with the girl that has essentially became a delinquent in high school just so she would remember her and has had a crush on her since high school. So then she challenges her to a fight essentially, and the winner, and if she wins, she gets to date her. So they start dating because she wins. It's really silly, like premise wise, but they were so awkwardly adorable. I just really liked the vibes. The vibes are cute. I only read 1 volume so far, but it is complete at 4 volumes, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, another short series. So I'm excited to finish that one. And then my last 2 was Nameless Asterism, and that's complete at 5. And I did complete this series. It's more of like an LGBTQ plus coming of age story. So it has like a different, like a bunch of different identities are touched upon, and like Subaru is like someone brings up being aromantic. I'm sorry, am I saying that wrong? Because my tongue doesn't want to. Aromantic, right? And he doesn't want to put a label on it. But like, yeah. But so like there's more than, and then girls are crushing on girls' secrets and all that good stuff. So yeah, it was a really fun, kind of angsty, pining, full coming of age story, all about friendship and all that stuff. So yeah, it was good.
After your video, I added that one to my actually shopping cart, and I'm trying to patiently wait until payday though. So I have to wait until. But how you went over that one was so good in your video. I was like, yep, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I really loved it. All 5 volumes were all 5 stars for me because I just thought each one was just perfect to me. But I also love a good coming of age story. So, yeah. And then my last one, I finally read Restart after coming back home. This one had been on my shelf for forever. I also read Restart after growing hungry. Gosh. So I read both of them, but like he said, I only pulled the first volumes. So even though they have different titles, they're continuation of the same story. So I only, but I loved both.
I read it for the first time too.
Yay! Twinsies. Did you also really like it?
I gave it 4 stars, so yes. So,
only 4 stars though. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really cute. I like, again, they're very chill, very like sweet vibes. It's weird because I like angsty stories more, but most of these were very like chill and sweet, surprisingly. So.
Your taste might be shifting.
What?
Your taste might be shifting slightly.
Maybe. I'm getting older, I guess. But
you ready, or did you want me to go?
All right, I think I'm ready. So I'm gonna go from like number 5 down to number 1. So
I had
one
no order.
continuation for me was Mythical. So I have like 2 and 3.
I love.
I honestly really do believe this could have started with 3. But this basically gives the backstory of how they actually met. So you're not just like wondering what is going on in volume 1. But yeah, this is a story about a host and another guy that is like an ex-host that now runs a company of hosts. And it's just their like love story of how they are a couple and are working through their work system with like the one guy. I'm really bad with remembering names, so I'm completely sorry. But how he is still with women. He's not on the cover. It's mainly the main guy that owns the company that's on the covers. But his partner, Mario, who is a host, and he's just working with women, and he's like, well, are you with the women or are you just like hosting the women? And luckily Mario is just like, I can't be with the women. He's mainly just there giving them a good time of like drinking and talking. And it's just their story of like how they interwork with that world and are comfortable like telling each other what they do in their work settings, and just their trials and tribulations of like maybe he has slept with his past people that he's been with romantically, and how Mario is like, okay, is this okay with me or do we need to talk about it? So I really like that there's a lot of conversation in the series. So I believe this one is complete at 3 volumes. I have not seen anything with like a 4th volume.
So does it end really well at the 3rd volume?
So the 3rd volume really felt like a prequel. Like it lays out how they met, how they became a couple, how basically Mario just like wormed his way into the guy's heart and just like stayed there. While volume 2, I believe it left it really open to be able to continue the series if the mangaka decided to do that. Like it was a very nice just opening of like, if I want to come back, I can. But I would say it's definitely one that it's a very comfortable ending if it is an actual ending and there's not just a hiatus going on. I did not like verify that. Yeah. In the number 4 setting, I did read Tied to You, which is the new manhwa that's being pushed by Ise Press. It is only a teen rating, which I was really shocked at. But I do love that it is like a Red String of Fate story, and how if you once you reach of age as an adult, if you come into contact and touch the person that's meant to be your mated fate, you can't sleep unless you're with your fated person. And so it's about this guy who his best friend's brother is in a working force and he's still in college, and he just happens to like touch his hand as they like get reunited one day when they're studying, and it just so happens that they are fated to be together, but he has a crush on the younger brother. So this one's really
So
sweet.
messy.
It's very much so like, do they actually like each other? Will they like each other in the long run? Because it's the older brother does have a secret of like if he actually wants to be with the younger guy, and if the brother to the older gentleman might have feelings. I've seen pre-orders for volume 2 so far. I don't know if it goes further than 2 volumes though. It is also
Really interesting.
full color. So
Oh wow. Okay.
I really like that one. I read that this June.
I thought it was really well, like really well done.
Yeah, it felt more like a curse, the Red String of Fate, than than like the cute Red String of Fate that usually is in stories.
I love stories
But,
with
yeah.
the Red String of Fate because I just
Yeah,
find
me
that
too.
really interesting. I also have a red string tattooed on my pinky, so it's like I'm very much so in that vibe. So I thought it was really well done with everything that is said about the Red String of Fate. For number 3, I had to add this for my beasties. Beast Descent into Love.
I read that one in February.
Really?
Yeah. On Hoopla, you can get digital books, digital ebooks, a little bit ahead of the printed releases. And I did a BL binge-a-thon, and I read that one. That was good. That was one of my top ones.
It's just so cute. Like I love anything with like an eared.
Oh my god, me too.
Yes.
It's so cute.
It's basically like this society is created by humans to like make the perfect person, and they have been slowly able to breed themselves, and it's just like they're the perfect partner. Like they will give you all your wet dreams and like you'll love every moment of it, and it's just how this guy is sold into slavery and this other man comes into safety and peace, and it's just him protecting him. And once I Zoe, if you remember, I don't know if it's like a fate thing again, like where if you have a connection with them, if you're like fated to be with them, or if it's just a I like this person, I'm there.
Yeah, I only remember the name thing. Like if you tell him their true name,
Yeah.
then yeah, which he does, like tell him his true name. So then that's kind of like they have this bond that's deeper than whatever. Yeah, that's all I remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember if there's
he
a
gives
fake.
his name. He's just like, we are. I'm trusting you.
Yeah,
with this piece
like
of me,
that. That's
and
the
we
like.
became one.
Yeah,
So yeah, this one's just
it was
really
so
sweet.
cute.
Also, it's pretty steamy. Like it's really nice.
really steamy, really cute though.
So number 2, like I was very shocked by this because I've read other works by this mangaka and I thought they were all very mid, and I might be like one of the few people that thinks that. But I read Only the Stars Know by Nagisi Furuya.
I love
And
that one.
You did?
I read that one online like years ago, and I was so happy that it was getting published. So,
Like
yeah.
I've read other stuff from them, and I just always thought they just kind of like were misses for me. Like they were just too sweet.
What were
But I
the
just
other ones
loved.
they read that they
They
published?
have quite a library. I don't know if they'll list it back here, but I know they've had like 2 or 3 other releases in English.
Oh.
But they just all felt very flat for me. But I've when I read this one, just the thoughts and the process of like learning to be with a person. In this volume, when they first meet each other, they go like there's a lot of like shooting star references. This guy just got dumped, and he just happens upon this area in the park because he got lost, and he meets this other young gentleman, and they just like watch the stars falling, and they like make a connection at that point, and it's just happenstance that they just keep running into each other, and it's just them building a relationship and building a connection and learning more about each other. And I just thought it was very heartfelt, very much deeper than just surface level, and that's pretty much why I really liked it.
Yeah, no, I looked it up, and it's like the Two Lions, which I read for my BL Bingeathon, and Unhauled because I wasn't a fan of it, and then also My Summer View, which I also was like, it's okay, but like yeah, but and I also read Number Call by them that also recently came out. I like that one a little bit more, but Only the Stars Know it's definitely my favorite of the ones.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one that's like,
yeah.
but it's like,
the other ones are
everywhere.
Yeah, they
and
have
like, okay, a lot of people like them, but it's like it hits, but then it's just like it's over, and I'm like,
yeah. There's no like depth to the story, I guess.
Yeah.
But that one is, and I agree with the comment that it's like good for like a younger audience that wants to get into BL. Like that, I would like recommend those works to like someone that is younger and they are curious about BL because it's like a gateway.
Like 12 and a younger, or 12 and like a little bit older, that's like the perfect way to
like
as a soft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my number 1 for this month, which surprised me because I was not expecting to like this one, was another one shot from Tokyo. A Beast's Love is Like the Moon.
Oh, surprising! I didn't care for it.
Really? So I don't know why.
Every one of yours.
I don't know why I love this one so much, but just the backstory of like this god who is like losing his body and like losing his mind, and this guy just happens to like take care of the house, and just them meeting and him protecting him and him slowly losing his mind but still trying to keep it together. My heart, like literally, I don't cry during reading, but I almost cried at the very end of this book.
I will say the very end got me. It got me. Got me teary-eyed.
Just like the whole layout of like he's with him until the day he dies, and I'm just like, But it was so good. It was so good. Like I don't want to give too much away because that's already like a lot giving it away, but it's a one shot, very quick read, so good. So yeah, that's my top one for this month.
All of them except the
What?
I mean, I didn't dislike the last one. I just like I didn't vibe with it until the end, and then the end got me emotional, and then I'm like, But what happened? Are they tricking me into feeling something about it, or like, is it actually good?
You might have just been in a mood, but it hit really well for me.
Sometimes you're in a certain mood and it'll hit more than other times. But maybe I should give it another try. That was one I also read on.
Wait for a mood when you're like emotional and you're like, yes.
I just need a good cry. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the lion one that you talked about. I like that one.
Oh, you like the one that I didn't like that I involved the two lions? They were sweet. It was just that was it. That was all there was.
Yeah.
This one?
I remember you. No, the two lions by that Nagisa.
Oh,
yeah. I haven't read the new work yet, and then the number one was I gave it 3 stars. So it was just.
So you're more on my side, yeah. See, I was also not. But the ending did give me an emotional.
And
yeah,
they're too young.
Yeah, on Instagram, I said 4 stars just because I was being nice, because I felt kind of bad.
Sometimes I feel like I do that. I don't want to be too harsh with it.
But okay, so like my star ratings have changed because I read so many good ones, and then I'm noticing like that all the good ones that I read that aren't up to that level of, what I read this month is like, that means they go down 1, right? So yeah. So
I believe that too. Yeah, like if something doesn't reach the new 5, I have to like lower it.
Yeah.
My stars are always constantly like, if I'm not reading a bunch of good ones, I'll realize like I'm giving them better, and then if I read a bunch of good ones in a row, I'll be like lowering the ones I don't like as much to like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
It's dependent.
It's like I feel bad giving stuff bad reviews, but I'm like, you really did not hit for me, so I'm just gonna put you over here in the corner.
You go sit in the corner.
You just stay there for right now.
Okay, so my
top. Your 5.
Yeah, so I'm not counting my two rereads because obviously my 2 rereads were My Brother's Husband and Cherry Magic. Not counting them because obviously they're my favorite because I'm rereading them. I reread them like every year. But I guess I'm gonna go in order maybe.
I'm the only one who didn't go in order. I just kind of went for it.
I don't think I can actually.
I threw you under the bus, Zoe, because I had to find mine.
Well, I don't think I can go in order because they're kind of all equal.
Yeah, I felt like I wouldn't know which ones to put ahead of which ones, I guess. It would be hard. It would be a hard one.
This was a good series.
This is so relatable because I'm 36, so it's like the guy in here is 40 and he just feels old as crap. But the only thing is he's just now finally like realizing that he's allowed to kind of like live life, and it's okay that he's old, and it would just hit home. And then the relationship was just so freaking cute, and oh my god, like these are 2 of my new favorite couples ever. Highly recommend it. I like even tapped some things I wanted to talk about in another section of this thing. This is such a weird read for me because I've read part of this before. And I enjoyed it when I was reading it. It just didn't hit. But I wanted to finish it because I bought the volume 8 and volume 9 last month. So I, wanted to like read it because I actually completed the series. And so I started from the beginning, and I was like, what was I missing the first time? Because I just enjoyed it the first time. This time, oh my god, I love this so freaking much. I think everyone knows pretty much what this is, but it's not even really a triangle. It's more of like a square.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so freaking good. It's kind of really messy, but in like a GPG kind of mess. So yeah,
it's a mess that cleans itself.
Yeah. And then I was shocked about this one because this one's been sitting on my shelves for a while.
I love that one. It's so cute.
So good. Oh, was it just mid for you?
It was a mid. It was good, but it was mid.
Yeah.
If it had one more volume, I would probably.
I would have liked one more volume too. I agree, but as is, I still really liked it.
Yeah, I love it, and I went and looked for merch for this, but they're sold out. Oh my god, I want it so bad. But it's like just their relationship, how they get to know each other is just so freaking cute. I love all the messy like back family dramas. There's a whole bunch of family drama in here, and I was all for it. This was just so freaking good, so freaking good. Okay, how many new ones that? 1,
3.
2, 3.
I haven't read that one yet.
I haven't read it either. Like, I still need to get volume 4.
I actually bought 4 in the Pride sale for Tokyo Pop's Pride sale, but I haven't read 1 through 3 yet.
I went crazy. I probably got like 50 volumes in the freaking Tokyo Pop Pride sale.
I saw your haul.
Well, I also ordered another one yesterday.
Oh!
So I ordered 3 different times from Tokyo Pop this month.
I saw one of the boxes, and it was a big box. So I was like, oh, dang, he got all the BL.
Yeah. So I ordered 2 times after that. And the last one, of course, is going to have not just BL in it. It's going to have like other stuff in it that I'm like interested in.
Nice.
But this one was so surprising, and it came at like the perfect time because I don't know why, but this just when I got, I had the first 3 volumes forever, and it just kind of turned me off. Like this cover did not interest me at all, like in the slightest. I don't know what it was. For years, I just put this off, and then just recently, I've been reading a lot of like BL sci-fi. And I've just been like loving it, which I've never been in sci-fi ever in my life. Like it was sci-fi to me used to be so freaking boring, and I didn't like it at all. And for some odd reason, I've been reading like so many good like sci-fi like BLs, and just like post-apocalyptic. Like this is like the end of the world. They're pretty much like a police thing, and they have kind of like they kind of refer to them as their pets, but they're really just criminals, and they help the police out to like narrow down their sentence so they can be free. But yeah, it's just so good. This is like a end of the world, like I said, and there's like supernatural stuff in it. It gets religious, very good. But yeah, and then I guess this one would be my last one.
I just found out about it today.
It's I just discovered also that I love the trope friends to roommates to lovers.
It's a good pipeline. Yeah. It's a good one.
It's the best. It is the best. And I don't know why. Just like, I mean, of course I've read stories with it in it, but like I never like just distinguished that I like that until
spaces. Like you're stuck in confined spaces.
Forced proximity trope. I love that.
Yes.
And when they have a bond of friendship, it makes it even better. It's like,
yeah. And I actually think I read like 3 different like friends to roommates to lovers in this readathon, and I just love it. But yeah. And then I want to recommend one that I read last month, so it doesn't count, but Anti-Romance. Anti-Romance was my new favorite.
That one's really good.
I like this one.
You did?
I read that one in the BL Binge-a-thon video. And
okay, yeah. That
really
one.
Like that one.
Oh my god, that's so good. But anyways.
We all like that one. It's all good.
But I actually read it like at the very end of the month, so it was so close to June. Whatever. It's fine.
We'll count. We'll let you have it. You're the host.
Yeah. We'll bend the rules for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not counting my numbers, but I just wanted to recommend it because it's so good. I think everyone should read it. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. So what was your least favorite read?
Me again first, or okay?
I can go first.
I have.
Already said it.
You got it.
So my least favorite was.
Oh yeah, you said that. I
Yeah.
really like zombies in my stories, so I'm excited.
I
haven't read it yet.
Why it's my least favorite is I am not a zombie person. Don't like zombie stories. They don't scare me, but I just don't care. It just felt rushed, mainly because zombie apocalypse. I didn't feel the connection. Like I understand the connection. They were friends before the apocalypse happened, and then feelings somehow evolved even more because one was hiding the feelings. And yeah, zombies. Me. The other one that I did not have a great time with was The Man Who Shattered My World.
Didn't care for it.
So
I read
this
that
one is
one
another
online.
Tokyo Pop single, and it was basically the blonde guy is like, I am only a top. I only have like a rule where you have to sign a contract. I will only be top. You will be bottom, and that's that. And there's no connection. Then this guy comes along and is like, you know what? I'm a total bottom. Let's have fun, and reverses that on him and becomes the top. It was all right. It was spicy, but I'm bored.
I honestly didn't remember what it was about till you started going into it. I just remembered I didn't care for it. I was like, oh yeah,
Like it
that's
was fine, but there was like it was
yeah.
nothing.
There was
Nothing.
yeah. Yeah.
I just bought that one too, so just bought it.
In your
Maybe
defense,
you'll feel
Devon,
differently.
you are collecting all of the yaoi like I am.
Yeah, I am. So yeah, so let's do the comments. I'm sorry, I don't mean to ignore you.
It was really cute. I will give it. I will.
Yes, I agree. It's just so.
It adds to the like this ambiance, this atmosphere of it. It's really like
Yeah.
cute and different vibe.
I also feel like it's just a good portrayal of just like everyday life.
Yeah.
Any kind of like relationship that you're in.
Yeah. I'm just like, I think it's because like I'm not like a huge slice of life, slow, like pace kind of like sometimes that kind of, yeah. But I didn't dislike it. Like I have kept it. I like it enough. I wouldn't say it was top.
Oh, that
like
hurts my soul.
For you.
That hurts my soul. It was so good.
Sorry. Well, but I read it a couple years ago. Maybe now in my older age, I'll like it. I'll relate to it more. Yeah.
Yeah. Give it like a couple months, then, like in 6 months, and then reread it.
I agree.
I haven't finished the series, but I agree with the sweet and funny. I can't comment on the rest because I haven't finished it. But.
I actually heard that before. I forgot who I was talking to, but they actually said that the same exact thing. I think it was 365801 in her video mentioned that. Yeah.
I believe that too. I think he was like a demisexual. I'm not sure like which kind of romantic, but I believe he is that type.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. Yeah, Hfield, if you have any more recommendations of that, then send them my way because I'm eating that up right now.
I had someone say they didn't like it right before I was going to read it. I was like, oh crap.
Well, I actually put off reading it because 2 of my friends unhauled it and said they didn't like it. And then another one of my friends, like that I made like recently, said that she loved it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try so we can talk about it. And then, yeah. And I took pictures of like every single freaking panel, and I was just like, oh my god, that one's like my new favorite.
I feel like it was a very real portrayal of how messy relationships can be. Like it hit probably very close to home to a lot of people because it wasn't much of a fluff piece. It was like, this is how life can be, and not a lot of people are here to read about natural life. They're here to read like the fluffy love story of like nothing bad ever happens, when that's not actuality.
Yeah.
So I think it was just
the other end. But it was neither of those.
Yeah, I just love the artwork in that one. It is just beautiful, and especially that one where he's the boyfriend's holding his boyfriend's glasses. I like died. I like gushed so much over that. Oh my god. Anyways, moving on.
Azami, right? That sounds interesting. I'm all for it. I finally got the second one in the sale, so I hadn't read it yet because of that. But I'm excited to read it. But I do like zombies.
And you
Hi,
said
Megan.
it's the 2 volumes?
I will lend you the copies if you want them.
Where are we at? I don't have to miss any comments. Okay. Go with your least favorite.
Oh,
Joey.
yeah. My least favorite. So I had 3 least favorites. First off was Mushroom Girls in Love. This one-shot Yuri was boring AF.
I was gonna say, like, I haven't heard anyone really talk about that one
It's a
anymore.
really cute cover too, right? And my friend gifted it, well, rehomed it with me, really. He was like, I didn't care for it. Do you want it? And I was like, sure. I mean, how bad could it be? No, yeah, it's really boring. Like, it sounds interesting. It's like about an all-woman planet of intelligent fungi. So they're not really people, they're fungi. But, it sounds interesting and different. But their relationship is, like, kind of barely a focus at all. Like, you never get, why do they love each other? Why do they care about each other? What are even their personalities? Like, you
don't need to know that. You're fine with
No,
that.
apparently not. Even though if they get married and they're not compatible, they can literally rot. But you don't need to know if they care about each other enough to take that sacrifice. Like, what? It's like, it had such a good, like, premise idea. Like, I could see, why they wanted to write a story like this. It was different, but it just did not do it. And did not do anything for me. Blech. Yeah. I read this one, Bond of Dreams, Bond of Love. I really liked Hide and Seek by the same mangaka. So I was super excited. I was like, oh, but no. I mean, I tried to keep ignoring the age gap. I was like, who cares? Just ignore the age gap. Just ignore the age gap. But I still didn't even feel any chemistry from them. Like, I was like, I don't feel it. I don't care. I don't.
So I buddy read that with 365801, and she and I were trying to work out how big the age gap was, because I usually don't care about age gaps.
Yeah.
Like, I love a good age gap. I think we figured out it was like 10 years between the characters.
I would say it would be around at least 8 to 10 years was how I was figuring it.
That bottom, I loathe that character. I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah, I didn't like him. No, it wasn't even just the age gap, because, like, I like Minato's Laundromat. He is in high school still, pursuing an older person. But the just the characterization of, especially the what is his name? Ao. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Ow. It was ow. It was painful. It was painful to read about. It was just not, he was annoying and just, like, not likable and sympathetic. Yeah.
Well, when I was reading it with 365801, it's like, this reminded me of a person I knew in high school, and I was annoyed the entire time.
I hate when that happens. Can't shake that. But yeah, I wanted to like this because I really liked Hide and Seek, and I was really excited when I realized, oh my gosh, this is the same mangaka. And even the, like, guy from Hide and Seek is in this. He's his best friend, the older guy's best friend. So I'm like, this is cool. But I just didn't like this one as much as that one.
So, new search path for you. Look for T for Two. It's by the same creator, same universe. Older publishing from Blue.
Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. I'm gonna add that then.
I think this comment
of that series.
I think this comment was to the cover of the mushrooms.
It is super cute. I was like, how bad could it be? Because look at how that is so cute and fluffy and colorful, and that's the best thing about this one. Oh, I really like that one too. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, really like it touched on my heartstrings, that's for sure. Yeah.
I actually read that for this readathon too.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to read that one next. I got that one in the sale too.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then my last, not Oh, are we? Do we have any more comments, or should I? True. Yeah, it gets a little complicated when one's in high school, but sometimes I can like I said, Minato's Laundromat. I don't mind it for some reason. Like
I
I
think it's
can
because
look
his
past the
Amazon is
age
a lot
gap.
older than how he's perceived. Like he just has an older soul in his character.
Yeah, but like most of the time, it's kind of weird when they are in high school. But yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah, like sometimes I can separate it because I'm reading a story about something that actually does happen. Like high schoolers do date older people even though they shouldn't. So like not that I support it or anything, it's like I'm actually reading about stuff that actually happens, you know? If that makes sense. So that's kinda how I view it. But I don't know, sometimes it does get to me and I can't like get past it. I'm just like, nope. So
certain ways they're written, I'm just like
what?
So I think I cut you off, Zoe, when I was telling you about T for Two. So what was you said you had 3?
Oh yeah, the last one was this Yuri After Hours. I really wanted to like it because it was about 2 older girls, one 25 or 24 and one 30. And like I like an older age gap. And the one K is a DJ. And so they meet at a club, and May is like unemployed and kind of like not sure what to do with her life. And so she kind of gets pulled into the scene. And I thought it was really interesting. Until the 3rd volume took like a sharp 180, and it was just like all of a sudden Kay disappears, and it's just about that, and nothing ever gets resolved. And I'm just like, it's just short 3-volume series. Why couldn't you just keep it nice and tight in this DJ VJ world and nightlife, and would have been a cute story, but instead you like complicated it, and I didn't see the appeal, and it just disappointed me and annoyed me.
Oh,
Probably got the most reaction out of me because it was just like so like, what the heck is that? What am I reading now? Like, what is this? And then they don't even, I don't want to spoil anything, but like nothing's resolved really by the end, and it just pissed me off.
I also think that one is no longer in print because I believe it might have been during the 2020 stuff, but it was out of print for the longest time when I tried to order it into the store to create like an LGBTQ section. So
yeah, I got it off eBay used for like $15 for all of 3 of them. So I'm not sure about whether it's in stock. I just thought, oh, that's a good deal. And I want some more complete Yuri to add to my shelves, but I'm going to just be hauling her. So I didn't really add her to my shelves. I wanted to like it. I really did. It had
good intentions. It tried.
Yeah, it tried. It just
didn't quite make it.
No.
I enjoyed the first volume of that, but not enough to like continue it, obviously. So like, you know, and I read that like I think I read that like two years ago, the first volume. So
yeah. Like I wasn't like blown away by the first volume, but since I had all of them, I was like, well, I'll read the next one. And I got more into it by the second one. So I was like more on board. And then the third one, like the first half had me. And then I was like, oh no, you lost it and then you threw it away. And I don't, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah, that one's also on the Viz app. So if anyone does want to try it out, see. So, because the premise is really interesting.
What if you want?
Yeah, I love like the club like DJ like nightlife.
Yeah, like it was a different like vibe and setting for romance, for a Yuri, for like, you know, whatever romance. But like, yeah. I don't know. Then it should have just ended halfway through volume 3, in my opinion. Then it would have been a pretty good, like, yeah, solid, not great, but not bad Yuri. But no. Sorry. Still a little sick.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. So what are your bottom titles?
So I guess I'll do 3 too, because they're kind of all the same. Well, 2 of them are the same, one just I hated. So I was really disappointed about this one.
Oh, see, this hurts my soul because I like this.
Not really.
Oh, yeah.
There was just too much bullying going. Well, first I was warned about this one. This one, everyone told me that I wasn't gonna like it. Everyone told me that they didn't like it. You're the first person that I know that likes it.
I don't remember any bullying. I don't.
That was okay. So this chick right here was like so rude to her and said that she was just like toying with her, that she knew that where she was going to be at, so she like went to just mess with her and just like make fun of her that she was into girls.
Maybe I need to reread it. I don't remember anything. I remember it being a really cute office romance workplace.
It was okay. So then it kind of explains like why she was the way that she did, because she had something bad happen to her. So you're supposed to like forgive her, and then they're supposed to get out. But then so then that chick right there literally was still, even though she was saying like no, this chick right here was still like obsessed with her. It just kept trying and trying and trying. I'm like, this chick was super rude to you. Get over it. Like, move on. Like, you're an adult. Like, this is something that you do like when you're younger. It just really pissed me off. And I did really enjoy it. Okay, I'm gonna talk good about it now because I see your face. I'm gonna start talking good about it. So positive.
No, I'm just struggling to remember. I'm like, I feel like I read a whole different story, and it's like, what?
So this was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed that they were manga artists. Like they were, they pretty much made.
I remember that.
Yeah,
and I remember one of them like was like kind of thinking of like giving up on it or something.
Yeah,
she was,
yeah,
like, really. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember the bullying thing at all. I'm like, what?
Something to do with her family, like didn't want her to do it. So
I think, yeah.
So I enjoyed the mess of the family because I love that, you know. But then, like, I love how they kind of bonded over the whole entire, like, how they were both artists. They both helped each other out.
So that's what I remember.
Yeah, that was super cute. That was super sweet. So, I gave it a 3. So, if that tells you anything.
I feel like I need to reread it. I mean, I know it was a couple years ago I read it, but I'm like, dang. I just don't remember that.
Like, I didn't hate it. That just rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, if you just, like, can't, like, this guy, I just couldn't like him. So I didn't like the story, you know? Yeah, I get it. Like, I just don't remember that bit. So I'm like, wow. All right.
This one was just, nah. Just nah.
I like that one.
Did you like that one?
I like that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Moving on, I still gave it a 3. We're fine. Okay, so this is the one that I absolutely hated.
Yeah, that was trash.
And no takebacks.
Utter trash.
I do not care if you guys liked it or not.
Nope.
Okay. This one I was really disappointed about because, one, the cover is freaking like...
And so that's the only good part of that story.
Yeah, and...
Mushroom Girl.
Well, I absolutely love, like, you know, like I'm perfectly okay with like a 3-way relationship. Like, if you can make it more,
it could have been interesting. Like,
it would have been interesting. Like, the only thing is none of these people had chemistry at all, and an X is an X for a reason. So they like 2 of them are like exes, and they didn't even get along when they were dating, and then the guy was in love with one of his clients that he just like cut his hair for, and I'm just like, you're not in love, you're just obsessed with him. I don't know. Just how everything that they did this together was just awful. Like, it did not work at all. The chemistry was not there. Trash, and I love the cover so much.
It was a very toxic relationship of how a throuple could be. Like, I read plenty of thruples, and it was just toxic trash.
Yeah, like, and I mean, with this cover, I thought it was gonna be good.
Yeah, the cover fooled me as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the vibes and the chemistry was just off, and I didn't like it. But anyways, so yeah, that was my worst read, and the other 2 were perfectly fine.
Ignore. Wait. Ignore me.
Okay. Next question. Oh, wait, let's read the comments. I'm sorry. I did not mean to ignore you guys.
We're so organized.
Okay. That one we read.
Ooh, that would be cool. I would support that.
Oh, that's hilarious because in 365 801's video today, she said that she doesn't know if that story continues. So now I know it does.
I thought it had 3 volumes.
So Candace was the first volume was released twice.
Yeah, but then I have 1 and 2 over there. That's like the following up. But you're saying there's a 1, 2, and 3.
So it's the one that both of them that say 1 are the same story apparently.
Well, what I think is it's like the third part is what you're saying. Like H Field is saying, like the third part.
So yeah, I believe
is the same as this one.
Volume 1. I think those are the same.
No, hold on.
Dang it.
Hold on.
I bought them twice.
No,
They kicked me.
I thought they were.
no.
I could be wrong.
I thought it was a continuation.
Yes. Hold on. I got it right here.
Okay, take my answer with a grain of salt. I have yet to read it.
I'm gonna open it to the first page of each of them to see.
So this is the same.
Different.
No.
Yeah,
These are the same.
Yeah, they re-released the first one, but these are different. Like the
And
first
then-
one.
Okay, that's where I was on that.
And then this is the second part.
Okay.
And
This
then
thing with there's a number 3.
yeah,
Ah.
there's a third story.
Oh, I didn't know that. And that there might be introducing a polyamorous.
Yeah, called the.
I haven't read this part. I read the first one.
Yeah, me too.
But I haven't read the 1 and 2 yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I read this one.
I don't know when
I
the
did read
polyamory
the
comes into
cover
play.
things. I just wasn't sure if it was part of the new 1 and 2.
You know, I could have rebought the same volume. I wouldn't put it past me because I've done it before.
Well, I mean,
I've done that because of other publishers.
I purposely bought them because I wanted both.
See that was why I didn't think that it was the same, because I was thinking of buying the new released.
Yeah.
Because it looked cool. So I was like,
Yep. They're both pretty. Like they're both.
They are both pretty. Yeah. And I really did like this one. Yeah. Yeah. If only I had more money. Oh.
So, what surprised you the most?
Okay. I got mine. Okay. Who wants to go?
All right. So the one that surprised me the most was I got reincarnated.
Oh, I love that one.
Big man boobs.
It was so funny. I read that I think last month in May.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I was not expecting this to be a satire piece. Like, I absolutely loved all of the tropes that they just walked their way through, and just the artwork is just
amazing. Great. Oh my god.
But I really can't wait for volume 2. Like, it's gonna be so good. So basically, for people that haven't read it, it's basically this guy. I don't know if he gets killed or something, or gets hit by a car, like the usual trope, and he gets transported into this BL world where he's like the pretty boy in school, and he's trying to activate the meeting of the pretty girl with like the biggest boobs on campus, and he just happens to trigger the flag of the manliest man with big boobs on campus instead, and it's just working his way through all of the BL tropes and like the side character tropes and everything. It's glorious.
And God's just like pushing him into really ridiculous scenarios.
Yes. There's like little, like, God is in here and he's just like a sprinkle here, a sprinkle there. Like, it's so funny. So yeah, this was the most surprising because I was not expecting that at all.
No, I was kind of nervous going into it. I'm like, what am I gonna get here? And then I was so pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, this is fun. I like this.
Because it's like it's Bara, but I was expecting more Bara than just satire. So yeah, that was my most unexpected one.
Yeah, so I have two that I unexpectedly really enjoy. The first one was Gunbird Sister. If you can tell by the title, it's kind of etchy, and it does feel very early 2000s, like what I grew up watching, but I shouldn't have been watching. So maybe that's why I have a soft spot for it. But it's just like this half vampire, half human Dampier Maria who meets this really effed up girl, Dorothy. She's so twisted. And I think it's really because I like Dorothy's personality. And she was so weird. And like, it works. I haven't read the fourth and final volume. I've read 1, 2, and 3 now. And it's just, if you want like a story that's not deep and it's just like action and
Boobs and
out there scenes of these girls, but don't expect anything like heavy story wise. Just a fun time. But I had fun with it. And the other one was the Yuri I Don't Know Which Is Love. I'm not a huge harem person. Like I don't like the male with a bunch of girls that like, oh my God, for some inexplicable reason they all are drawn to him. But for some reason, for it being a woman protagonist, I was like, oh yeah, you get him, girl. Again, no reason for them to love her, but they're all like in love with this girl, and it's like, yeah.
See, reverse harem is one of my favorite tropes. I love a female with a bunch of males, or just like, yes,
the reverse harem. Yeah, I just like, I don't like when it's like they just like are inexplicably drawn to him for no reason, and like, but like it's essentially what this is. So I didn't expect to like it because like one is attracted to her because of like her voice, the way it sounds, like an arbitrary reason. The other one's her smell. Like, are you kidding me? What is this? It's so weird.
I do love Sweat and Soap, which is a smell one. So I love that series.
But yeah, it was fun and cute, and I don't know, I liked it. It was just fun. It was the right mix of like funny, and then I feel like it could have enough heart as it goes on, and like really get into like finding out what she wants in a relationship instead of just her really being excited just to have a girlfriend, any girl that would be into her, like moving away from that into more. But I don't know if it will become more grounded as it goes on or not. But it was really not that grounded. But it could, maybe.
What I was actually watching your video on my walk when I was walking in the park, and when you talked about that one, I was making fun of you. I was like, well, that's so sexist.
I know it's sexist. Well, when it's a girl that other girls are fawning over, I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Do you want to say hi? Oh, yo, say hi.
Hey.
I have my pupper down here by me. He hasn't left my side.
She just came in my room. She's been mostly ignoring me all day, so it's the first time she's cared enough to come say hi. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I grew up with that 2000s ecchi and the 2000s harem. So like I watched a lot of them, like To Love Ru and so many worse ones, many bad ones.
Did you watch Love Hina?
Yeah, I think so.
I watched a lot of
There was also one with like soda can girls. Does anybody know that one? Because that one, like, it's such a random one. I think it's called like Nikon or something. I don't know. There was a lot of weird ones. There was also this one with like, I can't remember all their names anymore. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
my favorite all-time one would be Tenchi. Like any of the Tenchis.
I think that was like the first one I ever watched on Toonami. Was like Tenchi. I don't know which iteration it was, but I like caught ones of that, and I was like, I did enjoy it to a certain extent, and that was also a lot of what was out there at the time. So I would just watch it, But
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I'm kind of like, I don't really want to hear them, but I know I'm bad. I'm like that, but I'll make an exception. That's why it surprised me, though. I expected to not enjoy this one because of the like harem and the just like ridiculousness of everybody being like inexplicably interested in this one girl.
Yeah, well, you just talked about how your tastes are kind of changing, so maybe it's like it's shifting.
Going through second puberty.
Just slowly shifting.
32. Oh gosh. Well, let's hear what your disappointing reads were and how much oh no, we already heard about your disappointing reads.
No,
surprising.
So,
only drank this one. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm already falling off.
I'm mad that I only have this one because it's not going to do anything to me, and I'm upset.
I think I'll get another one, but then I'd probably be way out of whatever's going on, so I shouldn't.
Do it. Get unhinged. So 365801's one of her favorites. And, yeah. So this one was. Oh, is it just okay for you?
It's so messy. I love it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I read the first volume, and I didn't unhaul it, but I also haven't bought a single volume since then because I'm like, I don't know how to feel about it. I guess
it's so messy.
Yeah.
So I think like 2 years ago for actually Pride, I read this one and I DNF'd it. And so this was my challenge for the DNF, and I didn't like it at all. And now rereading it, I don't know what I read the first time. So I got all the characters confused. I think it was just me being stupid. So I like his best friend. I thought they were the same character. I don't know why, but I got them so confused. I was like, what is going on? And I didn't understand it at all. And I didn't even pick up that this guy was in a band, which I really liked that aspect of it. So I just knew that he was rich. I didn't know that he was in a band. Which everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the whole entire, when people have like issues with the whole entire non-consent, like the first time I read it, it was very non-consensual, and I did not like that at all. But reading it the second time and getting to know their personalities, it doesn't feel as non-consensual, if that makes sense. Like for example, even though he said that he came on to him and it was non-consensual, he literally got on top of him, so I was very confused. I'm just like yeah, you might get turned on, but like even if you didn't want to do something, you wouldn't get on top of that person. That's not how that works. So I didn't get that one.
The only thing that made it to where people were possibly mad wasn't he drunk during the first time, if I remember correctly?
Was it him that was drunk?
I think one of them was intoxicated, so I think that is where the hiccup of people being either or of it being non-consensual.
Yeah, I could
blurred lines like.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, but then I mean, I'm not saying that it's right at all.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like getting to know kind of their more personalities. Kind of, it doesn't justify it, but it makes it more like I could understand what was going on more. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Non-consensual or consensual bit was not my problem. I just didn't know if I liked where it was going, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. But yeah, so thank you for picking the DNF thing for the challenge, because it was good. I'm gonna pick up the next volume now after 2 years of having it. So yeah, I was like you, I never picked up the second volume. And then
now you will. Oh, I haven't gotten that one yet.
I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. Like, I mean, never judge a book by its cover, but I just thought this was just gonna be fluff. And it was fluff, but I loved it. I don't know. It's pretty much exactly what it says, boyfriends. So they all get into a relationship. So two of them like each other, the other two like each other, and then they start dating, and then they start liking the other person. So they're like, okay, well, let's just agree to just all date. And there's boundaries. There's boundaries, and so like if two of them are on a date, that's fine, and the other two can be on a date. There's like no jealousy at all, which is kind of not realistic, but it's, like I said, fluff. It's fluff.
Not realistic for me, at least. I'd be jealous.
Like, and then you just get to know all these boys right here and all their personalities, and they're all different. Like one's like a goth, one's like a jock, one's like a party person, one's like really flamboyant, and then it's the whole entire roommate to lovers situation in one of them that I talked about.
Nice.
I don't know. It was really, really good. I did give it 4 stars because the second volume introduced. It was fun, but it just kind of introduced their female versions of themselves, and I was just like, "What?" Yeah, it was just kind of weird, but I just wanted to go with it because I still enjoyed it. So I gave this a 4, but it was really surprising because I didn't think I was going to like it at all. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about that one, so it's good to hear more about it.
Yeah. Let's read the comments. Is this one we're on? That was about the big man boobs.
Yes. We love it. Isekai BL too. Oh. Surprising.
Well, they got to surprise that issue.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yay! Someone knows. The soda can girls one. It was so weird. He would like take a sip out of the soda can to make her be a girl, I think, or kiss the girl to become a soda can. I don't remember what it was. It was weird, but it sticks in my head. It lives rent free in here.
Got traditionally pubbed. The female one, alpha one, just got traditionally pubbed.
Mhm.
So that's going to be coming out probably at the end of the year.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
saw
I saw that one. As a pre-order. Yeah.
So, but it's straight, right?
I think it's female.
Okay, so it's
I thought it was female male.
I believe it's. I could be wrong, but I think it's female.
because well, I was like, I don't know, I didn't know what to put on my shelf. Should I put it next to that one, or should I put it in my So, anyways.
I guess I was wrong. Cool.
Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to put it. Should I put it with my straight manga or my?
I mean, you can't break up a series.
True. So I'm going to probably put it with my because now I have to get all of them. Do you know how long it's going to be? The Love is an Illusion.
How long?
I think volume 6 just came out.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's still ongoing?
Yeah, I think it's ongoing because normally 7 Seas says final volume on their site. They're really good about that. And I went and looked at the 6th volume on 7 Seas website, and it doesn't say final volume. So.
Oh, well, that's an interesting
Okay. I'll read it.
That sounds good.
It still has to do with gender. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so any of your reads made you cry?
I have mine.
Okay, I'm good.
So, I don't usually cry while reading. I just apparently have no tears. But this one, like I said, got me close.
Even though I didn't care for it, it made me tear up. So I cry over everything, literally everything. So.
Me too.
No, like
really overactive tear ducts.
I did not cry. But I will cry during movies now. My heart's just like, nope, not during books, only movies.
I feel like I used to not cry that much, and I'd like make fun of my parents for crying during movies or like whatever. Now I cry over every little stupid thing. I'm like, oh my god, what happened to me? Oh, is that your only one? Okay, I guess it's my turn. That's right. Okay, so this one, The Vampire and His Pleasant Companion, the like moments when Albert like was putting himself in harm's way just to like be useful and stuff. I don't know, that it gets me. I feel for him, and it made me tear up. I didn't cry, but like I got teary-eyed for sure. And then I cried at the final volume of Nameless Asterism. I didn't go into it because I thought it'd be like too spoilery, and I already talked about it for too long in my video. But the one girl, Kotuka, she like loses it a bit and like doesn't think they're gonna stay friends because she has like a bad personality essentially. There's a lot more going on to that, but I don't want to spoil things. So like anyway, there's like an interaction where she's like I'm not even a good friend. You're just gonna not be my friend. And then this girl, Shiratori, is on the other side of the door, and she's like, yeah, you got a bad personality, but you're also a good person too, and we're gonna be friends with you, like, because you're you. And it just got me. I was like, oh, if only someone had said that to me during high school, because I was a very emotional, reactive type of, like the crying and so I was like, I feel for Kotuka, and I just like in that moment I totally lost it. I was like, oh, it's so great that somebody was like, we're gonna be friends no matter what, because you might be kind of not a great person sometimes, but you also do A, B, and C for us, and you are a good friend. So, yeah, it was just good. It was nice. It's emotional. So yeah, that's mine. Moving on.
So yeah, I used to never cry ever, like for years. Never cried, and I don't know what it is, but like you, I don't know what it is, but like I think when I hit like 32, I don't know, I just cry over everything. So I did honestly cry. I'm not going to show all these, but I cried over all these just because they were so cute. So that is my just because they're so adorable stack. I literally cried. Then the one that the two that I'm gonna actually pick. So Second Avenue Caper. This one's supposed to be in my top 5, but it was weird shaped, so it was in a different pile, so I skipped over it. But anyways, this was I also picked like the bingo board for the LGBTQ work. I discovered this at my like used bookstore, like in the comic section, and it's pretty much about takes place in the 80s, and it talks about true events that actually happened during the 80s. A whole bunch of like hippie, bohemian, like homosexuals, drag queens, feminists, like artists, drug dealers, stuff like that. So it's pretty much their lives, and it's so freaking sad. I don't want to like ruin everything for you, but if you can tell by the cover, pretty much everyone in here dies. Like it's just like one death after the other, and it's a true story, and it talks a lot about they call it the plague. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say it on YouTube, but just the disease that goes around, and how people like kind of didn't view it as serious because they didn't think it could happen to them. And so it's like this like main couple, they actually like start selling drugs, but they like give drugs to people that are sick to like help them out. So I thought that was really sweet. So that made me freaking cry. And then just people dying right and left made me cry over this plague, and pretty much just like how they were like treated like they were like just like a different species, just because they were actually legit sick. And there's no cure for it, but back then there was like nothing at all that you could do, so you just pretty much just died, because like they just treated it as like, oh, you're homosexual, it's your fault, you know. So anyways, that was awful, and I wanted to, and I'm never going to read it again. I wanted to kill myself, but it was so good. Like, anyways, and then moving on to like the most happiest, but kind of sad at the same time. My brother's husband. You have to read this one. You have to.
I read it this morning. You have to read it, Zoe.
Oh my god.
Peer pressure.
Well, it made me cry just because it was so wholesome and cute, but at the same time, like so much like not understanding of like, you know, people being who they are and accepting, and it's just pretty much about like a view from this like little girl, and she sees the world like so innocent, and she just accepts everyone for who they are, like and then kind of this guy over here, his brother passed, and he kind of was really close with his brother when he was younger, but then he's like lost contact with him because he's not necessarily like against like homosexuality. He just doesn't understand it, so he kind of like lost like contact with his brother because his brother came out and he just didn't know how to handle it, so he like kind of like pushed him away, and then he died before they could like reconnect, and that part made me like bawl my freaking eyes out. And then so this guy right here, sorry, this guy right here is his brother's husband. So his brother moved away to Canada and married this man right here, and so like I don't know, I forgot, I just read it, but I just reread it too. But anyways, I don't know how many years like passed, but he goes and wants to see where his husband like grew up, and so he travels and like stays with his brother's like family, and so he's still not like 100% accepting, and he doesn't know like he doesn't like want to like the neighbors or the like his friends to know like that like his brother was homosexual, and then he's having a homosexual stay at his house, and then him just kind of coming to terms with like just accepting like who you are as a person, like your sexuality doesn't define like who you are as a person, like it's just like a part of you, and like I don't know, it was just so touching and like cute, and their adventures going around and seeing where like him and his brother like hung out, and it was really sad. But anyway, sorry I went on about that, but yeah. So you have to read it.
It's really good. It's a really good
I think
commentary.
Yeah, I think like the reasons I haven't picked it up yet is like one, they're more expensive volumes, and I just haven't seen them on like a good deal. And like two, the art on the cover doesn't like necessarily draw me in. Like I don't know what the art is, but I look at the cover and I just kind of go, yeah.
So with that author, he does either very calm pieces, or he switches the flip and does very sexual pieces.
Mhm.
So same creator.
Oh, he's the creator for that one. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the art inside looks nicer, I guess. I don't know, just the two dudes standing and the girl, it just like, I don't know. So I'm a very cover visual buyer. So I'm like, if this looks cute, I'm going to grab it. This one looks like, you know, okay, but like, it didn't like.
Well, the reason why they do that is because, like, if you can see his face, he's being uptight still because he's not comfortable. Like, he's not comfortable with the situation. So he's standing kind of like stiff. Yeah.
So I have an all-in-one.
Oh, wow, yeah. I like the back. I like the back on the other volume too. I thought it was, I don't know, it was like cuter, but I get like where they're trying to like give the first impressions as that.
Yeah. Well, this picture,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so this picture was taken when he first got to Japan. Yeah.
That makes sense. No, I know. I'm just like, I'm such a cover buyer, and it didn't like pull me in immediately, and they're more pricier volumes, even though I know they're thicker, so it's like more there, but it's just like, yeah, the two things work. Yeah, but I'll try to get it.
I'm a art person as well. Like if an art style doesn't jive with me right away, I usually wait a long time to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason reason why I have that one, because I was waiting a long time too, was it was gifted to me from my store when I moved out of California. So mine is, which I love, is written in from all my previous booksellers I've worked with when they gave it
Oh,
to
that's
me.
so cute.
That is
Aw,
so special.
yeah.
That is so special.
Never happened for me, but I get it.
Here's what just like you. That was funny. That killed me. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna read. I was actually gonna read all colors for this readathon, and I actually ran out of time. So
I was gonna say, like, I thought we were supposed to read Our Colors before My Brother's Husband.
I was looking at our colors because I didn't remember. I don't remember hearing about that. Interesting. Well, I'll put them both on my list. Maybe I'll put them on my birthday Christmas list, and then that way they'll be gifted me too. And then,
Because it's like, here's Our Colors, Zoe. It's a little bit more minimal of a cover cut, like. Look.
yeah, I think it's just that the art cover vibe just it doesn't grab me, and I'm sure if I just gave one a chance and I enjoyed it, I would be willing to overlook it and like get more by that mangaka.
It's just
But
very minimal,
yeah,
but like
there's nothing wrong with that. I just like
no, it's like the
no,
actual.
it's not my personal aesthetic, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah. But I will add. Oh, right now actually, I could get it for pretty cheap, used on Amazon.
do it.
Do it.
Wait, is this just? Oh, there it is. I'm like, where's the second volume? I couldn't find it. There we go. That one's not as cheap. Maybe I'll just start with the first one. Add the second one to my birthday list. But all right.
So, favorite quotes or favorite moments?
I did not know that was be on the
You
agenda.
surprised that one on me today.
You know.
If you want me to skip it, I can.
Well, if you have some to share, you should share.
So I kind of have to, and I'm not really good with picking out quotes because it's kind of hard with manga for picking out quotes. But favorite moments, I'd have to say one of them was in Love a Kitten and a Salty Dog.
I haven't read that one yet.
So this one's also a one shot of the guy's a vet and he's a student that's also like a sugar baby, and he brings in a kitten he finds, and they start talking on a line service without knowing. Well, he doesn't know he's talking to him while he's interacting with him as a vet, and it's just the opening of him just getting to like know the person online and figure out if he likes him as the vet or he likes the person online and which one he wants to be with, and the interaction between them. There's a lot of cute moments in this one. It's also very spicy.
Oh, really?
And also
They're so pure looking. Sometimes
right,
they're deceiving.
one that just always has a lot of good moments. Lullaby of the Dawn. So many moments that you're just like, you love the growth of the characters of Alto and just how they are together and how they've been together.
That's a big age gap one that you could be
It
like,
is.
that's a little weird, but like it doesn't bother me at all.
No, because
No.
it's just he's been with him from a
Natural.
child. They grew up together because I believe that he didn't have a childhood. Like he was just thrown into this convent to learn, and then when he meets him, they just grow as people. while he still looks like a young person. And I just love it.
No.
So yeah, those are my two.
Aw.
Read it, everybody.
Yes, it needs to be read more.
One that I didn't read this year, or this month, but I finally got this month because I saw it in your hall, actually, Bazaar, in your first hall that you showed all the Tokyo Pop, and I'm like, well, if he just ordered this and he just got it, why haven't I got it when I pre-ordered it in February? And they finally sent it to me once I complained and sent them an email.
Oh.
And it's Scarlet Secret. I had read this
Yeah.
online years ago, and I was so excited it was coming out. And then they just kept not sending it to me. And I'm like, oh, they must be out of stock. You know, I was giving them a benefit of the doubt. And then as soon as I saw, which way? This way. He had it. I was like, well, then dang it. You better send me mine because I pre-ordered it. But yeah, this one's great. I love the art in this one. I don't know if I can open to like anything that's not, like some.
Luckily, that one doesn't have too many spicy moments.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have too many spicy moments. It's just like, I don't know, they're like the childhood friends vibes, and then the forbiddenness of it. Just, yeah, everything about this. I'm just shouting it out because I finally got it in June, and I'm so excited.
I do feel that one
Great
could
moment.
go with like 1 or 2 more chapters.
I would love a couple more volumes of this. Are you kidding me? Like, it would be great. It would be great.
I was
But,
trying to be nice, but yes. I
yeah,
would take
no,
it.
as is, it does feel a bit rushed. It's got a lot to the story, and despite that, it still doesn't feel, terribly like rushed and stuff. But like, yeah, definitely 2 or 3 volumes. I think it would be like one of my all-time favorites ever because I love the art. I love, they also did Snow Fairy. Is that the other one? Yeah. And that one is more rooted in reality. And I think it's a perfect one shot. Like, perfect.
I really like that one.
But this one does try to tackle like a whole world building and interesting, which is really, I like it, but it's just, yeah, if only it could have had like 2 or 3 volumes. Yeah.
Which it has the potential. I think it has the following to where they could potentially make more volumes.
Yeah, I'd love if they went back and like did another volume of that one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just shouting that out. That was my moment. I'm good. What was your favorite quotes or moments? I like some banter. Banter's nice.
Banter's good. Yeah. Good banter.
Good banter.
I just finished a novel of Butcher and Blackbird, and they had some really good banter.
Butcher and Blackbird?
Butcher and Blackbird, it's a novel. Like an
actual... Oh, okay. I was like, I've not heard of that, BL. Sorry. I forget there's other things outside of it.
What? Really? Which is funny is I'm about to talk about that one here in a second. So it's funny that you brought that back up. That's the one that I picked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Which one is... Oh, the one I just talked about, Scarlet Secret. About, I don't know, moonbeams, if that is what you were talking about. The standalone I just got was Scarlet Secret, and it's good. I don't know if that's what the comment was referring to.
Okay, so the first scene is in the second volume of My Husband, and it's pretty much the mom of the little girl. Her and him actually split up, so they're like, I don't know if they got married or they just had a kid, but pretty much him still trying to find himself and like accept everyone for who they are, and pretty much kind of living with the guilt of like not being close to his brother. The mom of the little girl is like pretty much just like consoling him and telling him that like he doesn't have to live by his past, and it was just very touching, and I really liked that scene. And then in here, which one comes first? Okay, and then this one. It says age differs, sexual orientation, those are just details. They matter as much as being born in a different town or rooting for different teams. And then I thought that was a really neat line. And then exactly like what that H. Fields was talking about the 40 thing, that like really hit me. And this scene, it says, but you told me I could do both. What? That it was wrong to give up on myself just because I am a mother. You have no idea how much that helped me. Then it says, talks about age. Just because you're a man and you're old, don't think you have to change who you are. And then last one, what it means to truly act your age, I think, is to know your real self and be it. So I really like that quote too. So yeah, and those three were in this one. So, which I'm so glad they made a second volume too.
Yeah,
I know you didn't enjoy it that much. I'm sorry.
I didn't unhaul it. That means I like it enough. I don't know. And like I think it's the one I think I want to reread when I'm in this like more, I don't know, like a certain mood. I feel like.
So this one is like a more somber mood read. Like it's nothing like over abundance.
I was going in like looking for like super cutesy, I guess, more, and it was just more like of the slower, like atmospheric. And so I'm like, well, now that I know what it is going in, maybe I'll enjoy it more, because I did not enjoy it. It wasn't exactly what I was hoping for when I picked it up.
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean though, because I read like the first volume like over a year ago, and then I had to stop because I was meeting your friend for coffee, and then they and then I just never went back to it. But then me going into it now, I kind of knew what it like the tone of it, so I can totally see what you're saying by that, because I actually knew the tone of it, so that might have helped my enjoyment. And
definitely
movie statistics.
Sorry.
And hi everyone. Okay. How did everyone do on the bingo board?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I have not mapped out everything on my bingo board yet, so sorry.
I did them all, except for Omega, Unknown Publisher, and Toys.
Very nice.
Yeah. And like I said, I literally saw these and bought them, and they actually managed to come before June ended. So I was like, they came like Friday and Saturday, and I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to pick one and read it. And then I got sick, and I didn't feel like reading anything. So I haven't read them yet, but that was...
I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I love finding like an interesting older series that I'd never heard anything about before. So yeah. And then for Omega, I was going to read on Hoopla. I had bookmarked Whales of the Bound, which is supposed to be like an Omega-verse one. And it's like a ebook pre-release of the book that's going to be published, I think, in a month or two or so.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that was the one I was going to read for that. And then I was hoping one of them maybe had toys and I could just use it. one more extra prompt, but I didn't fill it up, sadly. I also didn't do many of the extra challenges, so I'm sorry.
Are you fine?
I
I
meant
mean, I felt that too. I'm sorry too.
So I did a blackout, and I always get a blackout every single year, but every single year I would get a one prompt with per volume. This year I read so much that I used one like series per prompt. So that was so much fun.
above and beyond.
Yeah, I went crazy. But I did mark down like how many I found in each one. So like I found like double, you know, like
multiple, like
yeah. But I only counted, one series per prompt. But I mean, like a lot of them I found like, multiple too. I think I only found yaoi hands in one.
Really? You only like yaoi hands in one of them?
Well, describe yaoi hands is what like.
I just picked a book. I thought that the hands looked really nice, and I thought that's what it meant.
You're gonna find yaoi hands in the books you just picked up, Zoe.
Yeah,
I mean, like, look at these sexy hands. You don't think them look like yaoi hands? Giving you the, woo, I don't know. They look like nice hands. Nice.
yeah.
No,
So,
is that not the prompt?
well, Katie picked that prompt, and it was it's pretty much back in like what the 80s.
80s and 90s, like early 2000s. It's a much known like reference in an older yaoi collector trend where the hands, it was mainly seen in like I'm blanking on the name. Genjo Romantica, where like the hand was like curling over the head because of how enormous she drew the hands. So it just became a thing where in the olden times, if you look at any old
It was
anime,
nice, like, looking hands. Because some of those yaoi hands just hit different, you know? Like,
yeah,
they're just like,
do.
ooh, that's
They
some
do.
nice hands. That's how I took it. I just picked a pretty hand.
So they're kind of tame, but like they're a bit bigger.
Yeah, all right. So I didn't get that prompt then because I didn't understand the prompt. I've been curious about picking that one up. That one's out of print. Is it good? Do you like Kazuna?
I loved Kizuna.
Yeah.
Like the manga is really good. The anime is
I hated it with a passion.
Great. So I'm like still torn on whether to try and get it. Thank you. Well, at least you're honest.
With that burning passion, I'm sorry.
This is another one that's older. It also has a manga. I Shall Never Return.
Yeah. I
have a lot of older stuff.
I haven't read that one yet, but I have it, and then I have the OVA, which I'm not even sure it will work in my PlayStation.
So the I Shall Never Return is also another one where it's very toxic. I actually unhauled the copies I had originally, and I just repurchased them.
I'm scared. And then I only got one yen press title. So. Oh, and then I only got one of Megaverse. So that was Love is an Illusion.
That one I was like gonna read specifically for that square because I was like, I don't have any in my TBR that are Omega. Like I either read them all or like just hadn't, you know.
This one's a bit newer, but they have pretty big hands.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I misunderstood.
Well, I didn't know what it was either until Katie explained it to me. So yeah, so pretty much the ones I found in every single one was First Date, Underwear, Coming Out. I found Animal, but some of it wasn't like the animal that I was thinking of. Like I wanted like an animal character, like a human characteristic, like of an animal, you know?
Animal ears?
Yeah, something like that. And then
it was just an animal in Pet Detective.
yeah. And then I only found toy 2 times, but I found toy multiple times because it was like an actual toy.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, none of the ones I read, they didn't have any toys. There was like one in the background, like someone else in Pet Detective was using a toy, and I was like, should I count it? Like, I don't
When I made that suggestion, I'm like, you can make it like as sexual to not as you want.
I took it very much to the sexual side.
Me too.
Unlike animals, where I took it, cute fluffy animal works.
So yeah. So I mean, it was yeah. I mean, I was really pleased with everything I read. So
Me too. Most of them
sorry, you cut out.
I said that's good, and I said most of mine that I read were good reads.
Okay.
I'd say majority wise.
And then how did everyone do on the challenges?
Talk about this. I tried to do the first one. I did the weekly TBR, and I was like, oh, I'll do each one will be a weekly TBR, and then that'll work for that first challenge. And then I didn't even continue doing that. And then I never did any of the other. Oh, I did technically read outside. I just always forgot to take a picture that I was reading outside. So I was like, well,
I believe you. You can count it.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I mean, I took pictures of the books outside, but like that, I was going to take one of like, here I am actually reading outside, and I just never did. I technically think I read 5 or more publishers.
You definitely did.
I know I read Yen Press 7 Seas.
Hey, I did too.
Square is that Square Enix that does vampires, or is it?
No, that's Dempa.
Dempa does. Okay, Dempa, Kuma from the Pet Detective, and no, that's 7 Seas again. Oh,
Yeah.
didn't I already say that?
Yeah. Is it the vampire? And is that one's
That's
Yen Press?
that's Yen Press.
That I did a couple Yen Press, 7 Seas, Denpa, Kuma. Oh, and then I read the first one of Until the Full Moon that you recommended me, and that was by Broccoli Books. So that was fun. That was a fun one. I'd heard of that one before because I have another title by them, but it's a very obscure publisher as well. Broccoli Books.
Do you have Fake by the other one by him?
I do have Fake. I haven't read Fake yet.
I love Fake. Fake is so good.
Yeah. Have you read Trash yet?
Have I read what?
Trash by the same person that does Fake.
I don't think I've read.
I actually found it for a penny and didn't even know that it was by the same person when I picked it up. I found it for a penny. So, and then I was like, sweet.
A lot of them came up, but I don't think it's that one. Is it this one? I don't know if you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. So so I
never heard of it.
Yeah, it's just a one shot. So I counted the TBR that I strayed away from, but I still posted it. So I showed everyone my TBR. So even though I went off of it, whatever. I think I read maybe two out of that. Then the picture of the rainbow spines, I did that yesterday on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna do that too. I really was.
And then reread a DNF. I picked Love is an Illusion, and I read that outside, so I knocked both of those off together. I read that on my front porch, and it was great, and I made myself a smoothie, and it was amazing. Read 5 or more publishers. I read 13 publishers, but only 10 publishers because some of the publishers were the same, but they had different names. So I read 10 separate publishers and 13 like publishers altogether. Then show us what you read. I'm going to do that tomorrow, but I already took all the pictures. So challenge done and bingo blackout. Hell yeah.
Yay. You carried this whole team. We're just along for the ride. We're here for emotional support.
Yes.
Yay!
I actually did read everything I had on my TBR stack that I posted.
Oh, that's great. That's an accomplishment.
I accomplished that.
Yeah. That's really good.
Posting like the what I did read, including that stack with my bingo board. Hopefully tomorrow.
I could put everything that I read together and take a picture.
What? I'm sorry, you cut out again.
I just said I could put everything I read and take a picture of it. But will I? Is the question. We'll see.
I tried to do a rainbow picture of the books I did read, and I'm like, there's a lot of white spines.
Yeah.
Why
Where's the color?
A white spine. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look into that one.
Let me take a picture.
Long title. Do not see.
Yep.
It's not rubbing the fact that I didn't do a good job on knowing what that was.
Yeah, I don't know what the vignettes are.
So vignettes are like really short stories.
Oh, okay. And thank you, Moon Beans. Oh. Okay, so next I wanted to talk about the buddy read, but we already pretty much discussed like the premise of it and everything. So any other Katie, did you want to say anything else about it or no?
So this was my first read through of it. Grabbing it. I'm doing things. I read it all this morning. Some at work yesterday, but most of it this morning while my daughter was eating her breakfast. And like the person in the comments was talking, it is very much so a hey, hi, I'm gay, how are you? And how their life is. And it's just an interesting commentary of like how it is in the Canadian land compared to Japanese, where everything is very much so like we keep it behind closed doors. We don't talk or touch really. There's no PDA. Well, I don't live in Canada, but I live in the United States where PDA is like rampant and everywhere, and everyone is in everyone's business. So it was very interesting to see how this man, who was told by his partner that sadly did pass, that one day they were going to go together to Japan to meet his family, and he wanted to make sure that it actually happened. So he would go and meet the family that he would now have in Japan, so that his brother's legacy of what he promised him did live on. So reading it from that aspect was a very touching story of how he still loved his partner, even though after it's passed. I don't think they disclosed like how long it had been since his partner had passed. But you could still clearly feel that the love was there and that he still treasured his partner and that he had yet to move on and wanted to like keep living his like having his life remembered and having his brother like try and respect him more and figure out like how he was as a person, even though he was gay. Like it was a very beautiful story and telling of like how you can accept someone without really knowing if you accept them, and it can still hurt them in the long run because they just know you're doing it at face value, and then you lose them and you have no way to be like, I really do love you and I want to accept you as who you are. And it was just a very eye-opening story, and I really liked it.
It's really freaking good.
I will try to read it soon. Promise.
No pressure, Zoe.
No, none at all. From both sides. No
Granted,
pressure.
I've had this book since 2020. I've had it for 4 years, and I just read it.
Well, I'm going to do a little confession. I read it multiple times, but I never read the ending on purpose.
Really?
Because I didn't want it to end, and I also knew it was going to ruin me. So I never read the ending until this year.
What do you think of the ending?
Did it ruin you?
Yeah, like with volume 2. I don't know what I put volume 2, but this is volume 1. But I don't know where. Oh, it's on here. Yeah, I got to like when he was about to leave, and I just stopped reading because I didn't want him to leave. So yeah, I've read it so many times, but when I got to that point, and the only reason why I read it this time was because I knew that we're going to be talking about it. So I was like, I should probably finish it. So this is the first time that I actually finished it. So because I just
good ending. Like at points, I felt like, and I'm going into spoilery details right now, probably, but it felt like when he left, they kind of made it seem like he was passing, like he had left this world to me when I was reading it. Like he had joined his partner, because they were like, one day we might visit him, maybe we won't. He's like, he's gone now, but he's still with his partner. It just felt very like something happened on the plane. I don't think it did, but it just felt very final.
Yeah, well, yeah, it definitely felt, especially like it maybe not like maybe metaphorically, because like that was like the last thing that he was going to do with his partner. So like maybe he couldn't move on from his partner's death until he went and did that, and then kind of like when he went and did that, it kind of released. Is kind of like what I got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very sad. I'm about to cry. But anyways, moving on. So any thoughts for like next year? Any changes? Anything that you would have done differently in this month?
The only thing I'm hoping for next year is more time to actually put towards the readathon if you invite me to help you out with again, because next year my daughter's going to be 5, so she'll be a little bit less needy, possibly. And I just want to be able to devote a little bit more time and read more. Like I always just want to read more of my collection because there's so much and there's so little time to read.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to read more like darker things, because a lot of things I read were light, but I do want to get more in the darker side of what's available.
Yeah, I completely get that. How about you, Zoe?
I mean, I guess my goal for next year would probably just to read more complete series, because like I was focusing more on reading the Yuri, so I was picking up a lot of new series, and I didn't read like fake that I still haven't read, and like series that I've finished that I'm like, I really need to read these, but I haven't yet. So that'd be good if I can do that next year. But I like the challenge, and the prompts are fun, and yeah, I mean, nothing really I would change about it that I can think of. So try to do more.
Yeah, like I mean, I wanted to kind of I guess I mean I did, but I wanted to kind of go on each shelf because I kind of organized each shelf by publisher. So I kind of wanted to read more from like spread out, but I didn't really do that. Like I didn't read many from my older BL collection. That are just like sitting there. They like I kind of collect older BL, and then they go onto my shelf, and then they disappear. Um, this is like the only older BL that I read. Is this 3-volume one by Blue.
Oh, you did read it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I gave it like 3.5. So
Nice.
yeah. So I definitely like would reread it again, but I liked it, but like the thing the reason why I just made it okay is because there's so many stories they just didn't really like connect. So I don't know. But I mean I still liked it. But yeah, so that was the only like older one. But then at the same time, it's kind of like I'm thinking of like that I had so many amazing reads. So maybe if I read more older ones, I wouldn't have had so many amazing reads. So it's kind of like I don't know.
Older ones are
Yeah. So maybe I need to be like, okay, well I want to read like maybe like 1 or 2 more older ones, but not like So kind of balance it out. Maybe I don't know, but I don't know, but reading wise, I think I did a really good job. And then, like I said earlier, I wish I did more on Twitter because I feel kind of bad because some people were just participating on Twitter. I completely ignored them. I think I posted like 3 times on Twitter. So I want to do a little bit better there. And as of the bingo board, I kind of want to change a couple prompts. I want to add supernatural to it. I think that would be so much fun. I might change like the dark romance to supernatural instead. And then I kind of want to take off toy because I wanted to make it sexual. I couldn't find it. I mean, I did find it eventually, but I cheated because I saw someone else reading it and with toy, and that's how I got it. So I cheated on that one, but I think that's the only one I cheated on. But anyways, but yeah. So, and then I guess we can kind of replace glasses because glasses. I love guys in glasses, so that's why I picked that one. But like every single manga had glasses in it, so maybe we can trade out that one too.
I guess I had a lot. I didn't. Once I found one, I didn't really like think about it again. Yeah, I guess if I thought about it more, I had that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like the love triangle, like threesome one. I like, of course, the LGBTQ one. Any suggestions on any other ones you want to add next year?
The only thing I can think of that we don't have for this year is Bara. If people are interested in the more buff gentleman, we could probably add that.
Oh, okay. That's actually a good one. And I might add Readathon pop title. I don't know.
Because there's so many.
Yeah.
Oh, there are. Yeah. Well, like you said, read an older publication could be nice too. At least read one. Gotta be one older one, or one older scene.
I couldn't really hear you, Zoe. I'm sorry.
When we were talking about, I don't know if you wrote it down for a square, but to read an older publication could be a fun one.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that we could like the unknown publisher one was kind of like that one, but
but I know all of them, so I was like, I gotta find what I don't know, and that's why I ordered these because I didn't know.
Yeah. So next year for sure, read an older BL. So maybe like what
republished Gravitation, and that's an older BL, and I was like, but it's a new publisher, so it's like
yeah.
Like the one I found for an unknown was Oni Press.
Oh yeah, never heard of them.
They just released
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Oh, I saw somebody like did a reel on that they like made they couldn't find a shonen with like a openly gay character or something, so they made their own or something, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
It was
Did you like it?
I pre-ordered the second volume.
Oh, so you liked it? It answers my question. Did you say you liked it? Yeah, I thought I'd like it because it looks like it has action and like in it.
So
And
it
I
has
like
a
action.
lot of action, and so far in the first volume, there hasn't been much of a romantic hit yet. It's been more of like establishing what's going on, like the demons in the world, the two different covenants of like the biblical side, and then the more like spiritual side. So it's two separate like churches and how they're trying to eliminate the demon presence.
Okay.
That sounds so good.
It was really good. Like I really enjoyed it. And the art it's also
Full color. Yeah,
like
I
fully
saw it.
colored.
Full color.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Another one to add to the list. Okay. Anything else?
I think so.
Go check out Miss Manga's videos. She posted like 2 videos on a whole bunch of like Yuri titles, and she reviewed them. And then what other videos did you do? You did some other ones.
I did all the vampire Yuri and Yali, and then Zara told me about more that I didn't know about. I could do a part 2 next year. There's so many.
And I'm sure more will come out by then.
Yeah. And then I think I did like the first Pride one was I think my like top 5 BL ongoing, or like my top 5 recent BL reads, I think was my something like that. I don't remember what my videos were. Oh my gosh.
I loved all of your videos. They were so good. So.
The best BL I've read recently, and it's 6, I guess. So yeah.
And yeah, I am. I vlogged the whole entire month. So week 1 is out on my channel, and week 2 is coming soon. I wanted to get them all out, but that's just no. Week 2 is already like uploaded and everything. I just have to make the thumbnail and yeah, make the name. And so week 2 is about to be up, and then and I do apologize. They're like over an hour long, but it is a one-time week. So. And they took like 2 days to upload, so that was fun. I was like, "Why is it taking so long?" But anyways, Katie, are you doing anything on your channel or on your Instagram?
I'm gonna try and get back into posting more regularly with my manga hauls and just like sharing more of what I'm actually reading. And I've also just been having a lot more fun just sharing on my stories. And one day I'll come back to YouTube. One day.
Soon.
Soon.
Please. Okay, well, let's finish off with the comments. I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah, that was me. I neglected girlies. I had to give them some love this month.
Yeah, Run Away With Me, Girl. It's my favorite.
I'll have to put that on my next Pride months. Keep it on for sure.
I think there's some others. I have to like, yeah, that one. I believe there's a character that is Bara in Kizuna. Like I know some of the Yakuza are of that body type. Granted, it is an older Tokyo pop, not Tokyo, but June release. I just might need to find the ones I have and make a post on it. Oh, Midnight Rain. I think that's a Sublime title that recently got released not too long ago. That is of Bara.
10 out of 10. That was so
Yes.
good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of making a joke. Yeah, I know. You missed a lot. Pretty much, we're just about to wrap up the LGBTQ plus manga readathon that we did the whole month. We had a bingo board. We had challenges. I read 62 volumes of manga. Uh, this manga read 52, and then Katie read 25.
About 20, 22, 24.
Yeah. So we just
pretty much played our numbers this week.
We just pretty much read a whole bunch of LGBTQ plus manga, and we talked about it, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, lots happened. Now we're going to talk about after we get off here. Let's see, 62. Yeah, I think I've only like one time in my life I read that much. I read a little bit more one year. I was doing a challenge where you would read 3 mangas a day, and I like stuck to it for like the longest time, and I did eventually give up for that month. But like I think I made it up to like 70, so that was like the highest I did in a month. But like KK Chan is a girl. Literally freaking reads like 108 like every month, and then novels too. So I don't even know. But anyways, yeah, 62 is like so much for me. Like it's insane. Like especially this year. Like last year, I was pretty steady with reading like at least 30 every single month. And then at the beginning of this year, I was in a reading slump. So like I read like 8 at the like or none at all. So like me reading 62, I don't know what happened, but like last month, I think I read like 30 something. So yeah, but yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on here and joining me in this whatever we call it, readathon thing. Any last words?
Well, thanks for inviting me, and it was really fun talking with you both and everyone on the comments. And yeah, I hope we can do this again for some other thing, or just next year for the readathon again. But
yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I hope everyone had a lot of fun, and definitely would like to do another live stream with you too, or anything. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like comfortable. I feel like we like a lot of the same thing, especially. Wait, I can't point at the right her. Me and her, we got this. We're on the same page. That's why I might pick up Kazuna, because she liked it, so I might like it. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
And I just added you back on your new Instagram that you just made. What happened to the other one? I asked the question like right when we're about to end. I'm sorry.
Like, who are we talking to?
Deleted? Well, why did you delete it? Oh, you went on a hiatus. Okay. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we will definitely be back next year.